Morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. Yes, the supervisor's coming. Tell me, get to work. Get to work, Mom. Get to work. All right. Guess I'm back in Garden 3 again. I have all of my pieces and parts of plastic. Normally when I tied them up on blue string like this, it was because they were larger pieces. So the other two are here, just like the one that's still laying back over there. What I'm going to do is size them to see if they'll fit, over where I need them to go over. And good Lord. So Panda's caught a lizard. I don't know if you caught that on camera. Gotta be quick. Quicker than my dog. All right, anyway. Good Lord. So the next couple of days, we were supposed to hit like 34, and they dropped that now to 25, and that's in town. I'm up on the mountain, which means if it's 25 in town, I'm gonna hit 23. So having said that, I need to make sure that my larger pieces of plastic fit. Leave them out here just like I did the other one over there. Knowing that tonight we're supposed to have that rain and I need to leave everything open. I need to let the rain soak in and do what rain does. Plants love the rain. It's got micro minerals and micronutrients in it that you don't get out of the well water. So that means have all the plastic ready, let it rain tonight, see how much rain I'm going to get tomorrow, and then come out and do the plastic thing. But I got to make sure all the pieces fit. If not, I have to cut more. Having said that, I've had a grasshopper invasion, and they ate all the little strings off of the corn. So what happens is when these guys drop pollen, since there's no strings here to pollinate, now being that it was a volunteer corn, it's okay. I wasn't, how do I say that? I wasn't, planning my food stores off of it, but yeah. Silly critters. So anyway, let me get to measuring out plastic. How I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to lay the pieces that I have that are, that are already sized wise, see where they fit, and that way I can see what I need to cut. Because again, 24 might even kill my carrots, and again, I need these bad boys to seed. So everything's getting plastic. And with that, let me get to work. Who knows, maybe we'll see the monarch again today. A couple of bees are out. We're still a little chilly. It's only 58 degrees up here. But it's supposed to get warm. I'm supposed to hit, 79, 80. So let me get busy. Talk to you in a few. All right. Duct tape, because it'll hold anything and it's waterproof. Patches. That makes sense. This was ripped. All this is a patch to help hold the heat inside the hoop tunnel. I'm not going to get to replace it today. Does that make sense? Because I need to work out in my brain what I need to do to not have to do this every year. Plastic is expensive. Having said that, so again, patches. They're just patches at each of the corners where everything's ripping. Duct tape to hold it down. It's not solid duct tape because I need the water to be able to run under this and still come out down here. But it's patched. It's patched to hold the, hold the heat in. And I'd almost decided not to, and then I remembered that I've got the peppers in here that I want to do the experiment with and see if I can house them here all winter long and if they'll survive. So you can kind of see it there. You can kind of see where the patches are. When you double plastic something, you end up cutting your sunlight in half. So I don't want to, it can't stay like this. Having said that, this was the second hole on the roof, and this was the first hole on the roof that I could see. There's actually a split all the way across the top here. So I ran the patch on the inside here. Again, you can see it. It's patched. Again, the goal is so when I close the doors, because we hit 24 degrees, my containers will be full of water. Do the pepper plants survive? Will they take 24 in here with, 5 buckets of 35 gallons worth of water, that have been closed in? Because I can close this one today. I can get this hot. I'm not going to. The heat through the greenhouse, through the plastic, averages about 20 degrees during the day. So if it's going to be 80 degrees in here and I close this today, it'll be 100 Does that make sense? Now, when it's 50 degrees on Monday and I close it, it'll be 70 degrees in here. The water will heat up to 70 degrees. Talked before, the air temperature cools off, then the water, then the ground, which should allow the peppers to survive literally all winter long. And these will be the first ones I'll have peppers in here harvesting while I'm just planting seedlings outside. That's where the experiment is going with these guys. So, having said that, I have to patch today, and I will have to replace the plastic. And then there are just thought processes. I want to make it so the sides are permanently plasticed, because it's still really pliable, even here on the sunny side, and didn't hurt anything. And to make it so, like this side here, I can roll it up, or I can take the entire plastic off the top. So it's not so hot here in the summertime that it's drying out the soil. So that's why it's one of those, patch it right now and think about how I want to do this next time. You know, what do I want to do? How do I want to do it? So, all right, having said that, I'm going to have to cut plastic. Hi, Miss Panda Bears. Yeah, she's looking at it. She's like, Mom, this isn't long enough. I know, it's not long enough. So, yeah, I'm going to have to cut some plastic. It's how it is on most of them. You can see where the doesn't touch ground over there either. And I've got to be able to lay it end to end. Why? Because we're going down to 24. 24 will freeze. When it's 54 degrees on Monday, I should be able to lay everything in the plastic. That 54 will heat up to 70. It'll keep the ground from freezing on the day we go to 24. You know, and then I know all kinds of things. Peppers, I'm going to lose them. The ones that are out here. I'm not going to take the time to try and build a greenhouse. Sometime between now and 2-3 days from now, I will harvest all the peppers. And this is one of those right now. Some of them are really small, you know, just tiny little babies. And these are the ones that'll get dehydrated and powdered. So I have pepper powder all winter long as one of my spices. You know? Alrighty, let me go on. I just figured I'd show the patchwork. You know. And then let me just get busy. Talk to you in a few. All right, it's 1:45, taking a lunch break. You can see where the plastic is draped, and it's just me seeing if it's gonna work. I've got these two pieces here, and both of them are too short. If it stays low, it'll fit, but by the time you get to the end there, you can see where it leaves a, hey, there you go, it leaves a huge gap, and that gap is on both sides. And it's even worse down there at the end where the larger ones are. So, having said that, it's lunchtime. Again, it's 1:45. I stopped thinking good, or stopped thinking well. Start getting aggravated. I'm not aggravated because I'm aggravated. I'm aggravated because I'm hungry. You know? Not had anything since about, 6:30, 7 o'clock. So, I'm going to take a break. I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. I'm going to take my stuff in the house, but I'm going to take a break. And then come out and reevaluate. You know, what am I doing? How am I going to do it? I did bring the tape measure down here with me and some paper to write on, so I can measure out how much I need for the hoop tunnel. You know, cut that off, roll it up, keep it in the sheds or in the workshop. Does that make sense? And then know that that's how much plastic I have left to play with this, or to just decide that, you know what, I'm gonna have a one-night freeze and I'm gonna lose the entire garden. But I'm gonna go eat lunch right now. That's what I'm gonna do. Talk to you in a few. All right, supervisor agrees with me. If I keep the coverage short, that makes sense. This is a leftover piece of plastic. It fits end to end and it covers it. And where I have a problem is where I have taller pieces of lettuce like that one. The hoops are too tall. That makes sense. So if I lay it over the hoop, then I end up with that gap. On pick one side or the other, I end up with a gap. So the right process is to not use the hoops. Just kind of move it over here out of the way. But I need to raise this side up high enough where the plastic doesn't touch the lettuce. Does that make sense? And then this side will be ready. That side I'm going to have to look at because my collard greens and my orchas are tall enough that I have to use the hoops, which, it's all right. It's still all good. So the second piece of plastic there will not be big enough for the hoops, but it should be enough to go ahead and cover the hole on the tomatoes. So I'm working it. I'll figure it out. I might have to go ahead and figure out and get the PVC pipe in there so the fencing doesn't collapse, and that way I can go ahead and just staple the plastic on them and make them permanent for winter, because they're the right size for this location. You know? All right. Let me finish getting this one straight so I know what I'm doing, and I'll come back to this one. Panda thinks that's a good idea. All right, talk to you later. Alrighty, so the two pieces of PVC there are too big around. They won't bend to the hoop size that I have. The two smaller pieces, are already in place, but they're too short for the hoops that I already have built. Does that make sense? But which is okay, because the plastic wouldn't fit over these hoops and cover everything. Putting just the hoops in that are too short for this, but they're tall enough to keep the plant safe. Yes. And hold the plastic down. Now you can tell right there at the end, it gets kind of iffy, but they're down. We're down. Again, not worried about the green beans. I've harvested everything I think I'm going to harvest off of them. I got a couple of, let's see, I got a couple I'll probably pick out today, you know, but some of them are just, they're small. They're at the end of their season, you know. Okay. Whew. What do I need to do? I need to measure this piece and go cut a piece off the roll. And make sure that when I do that, since I just tucked all of this in, make sure I have an extra piece for that over there for the tomatoes. This is going to be insane. All right. Having said that, let me go cut some plastic. You probably won't see that till tomorrow. You know, as far as that video goes. I'm probably going to end this video here. I'm not even sure what time it is. You know. Oh, sorry. It's not what we wanted to do. You know, welcome to the gardening look for Nita. Anyway. I don't know, I think I still have time. I don't know. I don't know if you'll get a video or not. We'll see. All right. Talk to you in a few.